Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm coming to you today with an Armada fleet build using Sloane from Wave 6. I'm actually going to be flying this build tonight, and hopefully there will be a battle report going off on it here pretty soon. What I'm using is I'm going to try to use as much Wave 6 stuff as I can without trying to be too gimmicky. So ideally, I did want Sloane, I want a Quasar in here, and I wanted to use a Victory. Um, what I'm going to do, basically, I bought two quasars. Usually buy two of everything, so I wanted to see, well, can I just go really heavy carrier? And I can, and this is, I don't even think this is going to be too flashy of a build. It's only a 3-ship build, but it's got a lot of squadrons, and I think they can do really, really nasty things. Um, so on our first quasar, we're going to give it Squall. Now, Squall is there. There, let's zoom in a little bit. This is there to give us a little bit more movement. It's not absolutely crucial, but we want to test out some of the new titles also. We are going to give it boarding troopers in case somebody gets in close, and I will be doing squadron commands the whole time with this guy. But I'm also going to take advantage of that red die by giving him ruthless strategists. And like the whole idea here is I'm going to run so many squadrons. I'm not doing 16 ties, but I am going to run, I think, like 12. I think I'm running 12 squadrons here. And I think that's going to be able to easily kill any enemy force, and hopefully very, very quickly, of at least enemy squadrons. Ruthless Strategists is a way to help me ensure that I can do that. I'll be able to hit like a ton of squadrons with these quasars, and both of them are going to have this. The other one is also going to have Ruthless Strategists. So I can spread my damage out, like I can give one tie of damage, another tie of damage, another tie of damage. I mean, any tie that's got 2 damage on it already, I'll just put another damage on because they're probably going to be killed in the next attack anyway. Um, and so I'll spread this damage around to make sure that I'm taking out things like like the Bigs or the Escort or the Jan Ors or things like that, because this is just damage. They can't get away from this damage, and so since I'm going to have red range, I figured that's a good way to maximize it. So the second quasar, we're going to give him Agent Callus, and we're also going to give boarding troopers there as well. So they're both, if somebody comes in real fast towards us, they're going to suffer with that. And in this one, we're going to give Stronghold to, hopefully, and since almost all my squadrons are going to have Swarm, this will give them the survivability they're going to need. This is, I think, really the best title out of the whole bunch. Although the other one's not bad. What's the other title's name? It's running away from me at the moment. It's Pursuant. Somebody, I think one of you guys actually suggested maybe running Pursuant without squadrons and just doing this using the title for the boarding trooper. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's really good. So I think that's pretty clever, and I might do that at some point. So I like that idea. All right, so those are my two quasars. Again, this isn't, a lot of you, if you've gotten Wave 6, may only have one quasar right now. You can easily swap this out for maybe another Victory or something like that, because between the extra 10 points I gave, that's 71. That's almost in Victory point range, so you could easily swap it out. But I had two. I wanted to concentrate on the red dice, taking out the enemy squadrons right away. So this way I would definitely have all my TIE fighters free to just unload and take advantage of Sloane. So speaking of Sloane, she's going to go on the Victory, and the Victory is going to not be super heavy because I need all those points for squadrons, but I am going to put the disposable capacitors and the quad battery turret on. So this does leave her a little bit vulnerable because without, I was thinking I would like to put Tua and ECM on there, but it's a pretty tough ship and it's got a good armament. And the idea is I'm going to point all 3 of these ships straight at the enemy and just do a slow approach. So hopefully I get the extra die with quad battery turrets. It also fits the bill in this. Like if I lose the quad battery turret, it's not the end of the world, but it does synergize with disposable capacitors. I would love to have gunnery teams on here too, but I need those points for squadrons. So let's jump into the squadrons here, and we are going to be running a lot of stuff with Swarm. So my only named squadron is going to be Howl Runner. I'm going to put 2 TIE interceptors out there. Boom, boom. And I am going to run 5 regular TIE fighters. So that'll make 6 with Howl Runner. So that's Now I do want to be able to move around, so I'm going to put 2 jump masters instead of Dengar. I'll spread them out because we have a lot more squadrons, so we've got more area to cover. And we are also going to put 2 lambdas out there, so in case somebody else is doing a slow approach, we can send all the squadrons in and not have to worry about not being able to hit all of them. And this also gives us our strategic, so we can pick some objectives that have some stuff that we can move around. This just gives us a lot of flexibility. Also, was another thing that's great about the lambdas is that like I'm not going to be flying the squadrons completely off by themselves. At least that's not the intention. So there's not a whole lot of incentive for the opponent to go after the lambdas directly. I think they're going to go after Howlrunner first, which is okay because hopefully, I'll fly her a little bit more defensively. But and I don't really need her to hurt enemy squadrons either because I do have the ruthless strategists on both the quasars. So it's like I'm going to get my damage in one way or another. But the other thing about them is that they work with the ruthless strategist. So even if I lose Howlrunner, these guys are great for me to just dump damage onto to take out enemy squadrons. That's like 12 potential extra damage on squadrons if I used up all my lambdas. So that's really nice, really nice. All right, so let's see. I think that's about it. So this puts me at 396. And I'm just calling this my basic Sloane fleet. It's double quasar. Double quasar basic Sloane, but I've also got some objectives I've got to put out here. So advanced gunnery is an option here because of the victory, but I feel like advanced gunnery is better suited towards a ship that's a little bit more offensively built, and I don't have that victory built up too much. It's just a medium offensive build. So while this is all right, this could actually end up giving my opponent an even bigger advantage than it gives me. So I'm not going with advanced gunnery. I'm not fast enough for blockade run. Intel scan, I don't really have anything to guarantee the accuracies, so I'm not too crazy about that one. Opening salvo, absolutely not for a 3-ship build. Most wanted, no, I don't have any small ships, so I mean I'm just wiring it down, right? Precision strike, I don't have bombers, so that one's not really as good for me. And in station assault, you need to be faster. I think you just need to be faster. I could potentially do that with the squadrons, but with anti-squadron fire would potentially be dangerous, especially coming from the station itself against TIE fighters, because they'll be able to hit everything, and only take 3 turns for them to kill a TIE fighter. So I'm going with targeting beacons. Everything else is not good. I mean, I guess my second choice would be intel scan and then maybe advanced gunnery. But I'm going with targeting beacons because, well, hey, I've got lambdas. So, and I could use the accuracy. I mean, each of the quasars will be, if I don't have any squadrons to attack, they'll be rolling red dice at long range. They could use it, right? 2 rerolls. Let's do it. All right. Here, I'm actually trying one I haven't done before, and it's jamming barrier. And the idea here is I want to move the barrier back to cover up my ships. I'm not really that worried about attacking with my ships. I want to protect the quasars, and then salvage run is what I'm going to go do with. And there's other options. Actually, solar corona wouldn't be bad here either. But I like salvage run with the lambdas, and I like salvage run anytime I want to kind of play slow. It's pretty much an easy 80 points for me, so I kind of like that one. And if they want to send a real fast ship in to try to take one of them, then I think my ties should be able to take it out pretty quickly. I mean, 12 ties all attacking. That's blue dice, but I mean we can get some. We'll lower your shields, and then with Sloane too, because the quasars don't have terrible forward firepower. It's not bad. I probably won't queue up a concentrate fire though, but I mean 2 red and potentially a blue is not bad. It's really not bad. But the victory is really the one. Okay, we've spent all your tokens. Now the victory is going to attack. And oh, by the way, we need to kill you, so let's trigger disposable capacitors. So that's and you're not going to be able to brace because we've already spent your brace. So that's. Or maybe not, we've spent it. Well, we might have spent it. We might have completely gotten rid of it. So I'm really anxious to see how this one flies. I don't think this is trying to do anything too flashy. I think this is pretty much simple, straight and to the point. I could swap out the victory though. I don't have to have the victory. I don't have to have two quasars. There's a lot of ways to work this, but I do really like the this particular squadron presence. This is 132 points of squadrons, so this is a very high amount of squadrons. It gives you a really good setup advantage too, because it's 12, so that's like 6 deployments. So that part is good. So I can I can just drop a quasar, then drop six ties or six squadrons and then go. But that is the build, guys. Let me know what you think. Look for this tomorrow. Or hopefully tomorrow, I'll have a battle report of this one up. If I don't, then it may take a little bit longer, depending on how long the battle is or how much editing. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a full battle report. I might try to do a full battle report for this one. So this one might take a couple of days, or just if I do the turn summary, like just a few moments, then it's a little bit easier to condense that down and get it up much sooner. So I'm going to try to do that. But definitely stay tuned. We've got X-Wing stuff coming out later on this week. We got some more Rune Wars stuff coming out soon. And I don't know how much Rune Wars coverage I'll really be doing, but I am doing. I'm going to be doing some X-Wing stuff. I'll probably be doing a cool stuff giveaway on my X-Wing Wave 11 unboxing videos. So stay tuned for that as well. And thank you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell for alerts so you can be there when I put out new stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a great day.